Okay, I'm recording.
I'm not.
No?
I'm recording now. Okay.
Oh, whoa. Episode 150. We made it podcast. Caesar trying to leave already.
I was trying to close my door.
Oh, Caesar has a disgusting.
Episode 150.
Episode 150. We made it podcast back in the building. Caesar's here with some murder shirt. I have no idea what's going on.
Akatsuki, homie. What you know about the Akatsuki, though? I mean, these was really goons in Naruto Shippuden. They was really the goons out here, though. These were the
goons. I don't know anything, sir. Episode 150, We Made It podcast is our second remote episode. But can you guys really episode 150? 150 episodes. Next month, it'll be 3 years of We Made It podcast. We still have not missed a week during a whole global pandemic, during me being out of town, Caesar being out of town, all around the world. We've never missed a week.
A pandemic. Look, international travel didn't stop us. Haters, not going to stop us. A pandemic? That's all you got, though? We're not going to stop, though.
Light work.
We made it. People, relationships, life comes in and out and goes, but we made it stays right here.
Oh, yeah.
Right here.
Definitely make sure you check out the latest. Make sure you're checking out Audio Face podcast all the time. If you're into music and music news, it's great. It's hilarious. It's informative. Dan and Sean, but the latest episode, the political report number 3, Caesar and I were featured on there, and we were talking about things going around the world. It was a great episode. I had a great time. Make sure you check that out. Make sure you follow Audio Face podcast for all your music needs. Caesar's also streaming live on Twitch right now. This episode will be up on Twitch as well. You'll probably be able to figure that out because he's going to be distracted. But make sure you're following C's on Twitch. We made it C's on Twitch. He's playing Apex. And then, of course, sometimes he's playing garbage games like Smite and Overwatch. But then also, he's balling on Apex, sometimes playing garbage games like Smite and Overwatch. Then other times he's being abusive to me and Sean on FIFA playing pro clubs. But he's good, though.
Oh, I guess the end was nice.
I mean, I'm going to have to keep it real right now. If I've said this about Ousmane Dembele, Neymar, if they're certified ball losers, then so are you.
Whoa! You're calling me a certified ball loser?
I think you're a certified ball loser.
Definitely put moves on the score. You're calling me a certified ball loser.
I think you are.
I think the whole team is.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying you are. A certified ball loser.
Guess what? A pandemic won't stop us, but some stuff like that will. That'll make me lead the show.
A certified ball loser is somebody that has moves and dribbling skills, but maybe losing the ball.
But you title it terribly.
Well, don't take it personally.
Certified ball loser. No one gets from that term. Oh, that guy has skills and makes things happen, but he loses the ball. That's not what you get from that title.
They got to listen to the whole definition. But anyway, we got a lot to talk about today. We got so much to talk about today. Hopefully, Caesar has jugged Zoom for another week because I think it's good. Caesar over here, COVID coughing into his shirt.
Yeah.
Hopefully you still jugged it because last week we definitely got more than 40 minutes. And we're probably going to need it today because we got a lot of things to talk about.
The doozy.
We're going to talk about Ligue season being over. We're going to talk about Champions League, talking about going to neutral sites. We're going to talk about La Liga and Serie potentially resuming their seasons. We're going to talk about Eric Krakauer saying that Dybala is a top 10 player in the world. And I wrote down 50 players that are better than him. Actually, I take that back. I wrote 49, and I'm going to let you pick another one. We're going to talk about Bein, the media company, and their fight with Saudi Arabia. We're going to talk about Eric Dier finally getting charged. And we might, hopefully, if we have time, we'll talk about Messi and his international career. But yeah, Caesar, Well, first let's start out. How you doing? We still are in quarantine to some extent, lockdown. How you feeling?
I think I'm feeling pretty good. Honestly, I'm probably feeling as good as I felt in a while. Like, not only like mentally, but like physically too. Like I feel really good, and I just think that the only thing that's annoying me about times right now is I think now we're getting to the time period where frustration is settling in, and
get anxious.
The anxious and conspiracy theories on the rise. Like, people are going super hard right now about what's going on and thinking everything this is all fake as no one around them has died. So
it sounds like somebody in March that said that.
That's crazy. Wow. Someone that says like that is super uninformed and like, well, what an idiot. He probably doesn't do a political show, only does a soccer show. So, no, I just think that I'm feeling good. Honestly, I'm in good spirits. I'm at the point now where I'm like, it's not about when I'm gonna see my friends and family or whatever. It's about it's not about thinking about the win. I just know it's gonna happen. So I'm just excited, and I'm excited, looking forward to that feeling when you get that first real dap and that hug. That's what I'm looking forward to with my friends.
Well, we've done that already. So,
man, what are you doing?
Oh, wait, erase that,
dog.
Erase it.
This dude is.
Hold up. FBI is calling me. No, I'm joking.
Hold up, CDC on the line.
Well, I feel the same way. Like it's things, it's warming up outside. I feel like, getting to that point where it's like, okay, like this stuff is going to end soon and things will slowly get back to normal. But Liga, kind of like out of the blue, decided to cancel their season. They had some plans to come back in June. I think we talked about that last episode. But now they say that they're canceling all sporting events until September, meaning that the Liga season has been abandoned. I do think it's kind of funny, though, that the president of France is Emmanuel Macron, who is like the powerful figure, the president elected. The prime minister is Edouard Philippe. Macron let Edouard do it. And he was like, you say it. They ain't going to be on record saying this.
I'll let you take the bullets on this one.
He's like, this is the first time anybody's going to be ever hearing of you, and it's going to be bad news. But yeah, they said that they are going to – the season is canceled, and they're going to have a lot of conversation surrounding what's whoa, okay, Caesar's checking voicemails right now. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do – like, it doesn't seem like any team is going to get relegated. I would hope they're not.
Yeah.
Well, this article is saying that it's been reported that the French Football Federation is unwilling to consider declaring the season null and void. So, I mean, at this point, I think there's a lot of speculation. Like, and there's a little bit of a fight between the government and the what?
Can you move the camera a little bit?
Oh, I mean, you can just say that.
I won't interrupt you while you're talking.
It's fine. I does this.
Anyway, so my name is Number.
But yeah, so it seems like there might be a little bit of a fight between the league itself and the government.
Your report's kind of seem contrary to like what's said a lot. Like it's so weird. Like everybody has two different statements going on. Like one I'm hearing that they're looking into so there was like discussions about La Liga talking about ending the league this year and not giving anybody because of what Dutch league did, and not giving anybody the title. And then everybody's like concerned about what's going to happen in England because the concern is not because of like the only concern is because Liverpool would be winning their first Premier League in a long, long time, so it'd be a big moment for them, and that might all be abolished if they follow the way the Netherlands have done. So now, but then you're telling me that like Macron, everybody's talking about how they're going to be opening it back up, but they're gonna do like a 1 month stint of games. Like you said, last week we were talking about doing like these quick fire games every 3 days, right?
Yeah, last week they were saying like Liga was gonna open up in June and do games every 3 days. But
and the only reason I want to say this, I believe that could happen, it's because players like we talked about. I remember we used to always talk about the guy that Bein had, the Italian player, the guy that was like a known travelman of teams.
Who? Bobo Vieri?
Striker on Bein.
Bobo Vieri?
Yeah, Bobo Vieri would talk about how players could play more games because after like a week or so of the season, they're good to go again. And that makes sense. Like, that makes sense. They're top athletes. And the thing is, you have games spread out more, not because of like the game next week, but making them last in health till May. Like, that's the point, because the season's long, so you spread the games out in between. But if your season's just going to end in the month, they could totally do tournament style or whatever, just do every 3 days. And I mean, ask any of these guys, even them coming up in system, they were playing probably like 3 to 4 times a day. So you're able to, if you just have the right recovery process, because it's not about how much longer down the line to recover. It's just about getting ready for the next day after that.
Yeah, I mean, well, it seems like they're going to end the league. It's unfortunate. I mean, I don't want to say it's unfortunate because that might be the right thing to do considering the virus. Yeah. But do you think that if they end the league that they should go ahead and not have promotion relegation, or the teams that are in those situations, like the Ligue and Liga, like?
No, I think they should redo the years. I think they should redo it. Like, start everybody off as like if it's a fresh year. The next season, I think you should pay everybody adequate amounts that they were paid and everything, and then restart as if, you know, the asterisk on that season or something like that, you know. And I don't know what they could do in terms of, because it's people always say, well, if you're gonna relegate a team, what are you gonna do? If you're not gonna relegate, are you gonna actually give people that are number one a championship? I don't know. Like, I think, to me, it's case by case. I think it's different when teams are close, and it's different when a team has a 24-point gap like Liverpool did. Like, come on now. Like, I can be a jerk and asshole about stuff, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like Liverpool doesn't deserve to get that title. Like, dude, like, come on now. They abolished the whole league. It was like they destroyed everybody. Like, it's pretty much theirs. Like, it should be theirs if they're giving it. But I don't think they should relegate teams. I think that just the safest way that everybody is the least upset, because no matter what you do, someone's going to be mad. Yeah. Someone's going to feel played. You can't make everybody happy. That's just but this is a situation. There's professionals here that know how to handle it. So they should just redo the year, start a brand new year off. Maybe they could, if they could do something in terms of like make it add some kind of tournament or something, I don't know, or whatever. If they feel like the gap isn't enough to come back and then have games, like if they can fit in like a small tournament, like a cool little open cup they could do, that'd be dope or something. But just for the people, instead of giving us some ICC crap, like give people some kind of cool little tournament to get them invigorated back, and especially season, and make it like almost like free for those season ticket holders that paid tickets for the entire year and now they don't get to go to those games. I don't know if they got reimbursed, so give something for the fans, you know, because in all this, if they're talking about sports are the most important things for people during these situations. Yes, but what are your intentions? Are your intentions to give people what they want to pursue, to give them, you know, better mental health and happiness, or you just want to make monetary gains? So if it's all about the monetary aspect, the money, then, you know, do what you got to do. But if you really care about the people, you should do something to give back to the community that's been through a lot. A place like Italy, a lot of people died. Like, a lot of people did not do so good. A lot of people aren't doing so hot. So why would you do something that make them pay for stuff, you know? And sorry, I'm going off because I'm thinking about.
Look at Stream C's right here.
No, because I'm thinking about like other sports are going to be going on regardless. Like the UFC is going to be having 3 events. Other things are going to be happening. So
not a sport.
I understand, but like it's a place where people congregate, and it's like a league and all that. So they're going to be having events going on. But like the soccer decided not to, you know, and basketball is having discussions about a league, games happening. So I want to know, if soccer is not happening, what are you going to do for the people that feel this is kind of unfair to them as the fan of the sport? Like, what are you going to do for them?
Look at Stream C's over there, got that Twitch camera on him and getting passionate, talking about the people over here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy over here. So I got this Twitch camera.
I'm so down to get ratchet. Don't even play me right now.
Let me turn up. I mean, everything you say I agree with. It just sucks because, like, it sucks the most for the teams in Ligue 2, because I'm looking at the standings. Like, it was the top 3 were Lorient, Lens, and AC Ajaccio.
Yeah.
But then, like, Troyes and Clermont, they're all.
Who are the top 3?
Okay, actually, let me say the top. What is this? 5, because
top 3, please.
There was teams with 50 points to 54. It's 5 teams: Lorient, Lens, AC Ajaccio, Troyes, and Clermont. I've in my time watching Ligue 1, I've seen Lorient, AC Ajaccio, and Troyes play in the top division. So like that, it sucks the most for those teams because they're like, man, like they're fighting to get promoted. And
Ajaccio especially is a storied club, big time history in Liga. I remember them in the past actually being in Liga, so it'd be cool. That's somebody who probably really wanted to get back to that main stage, get more money and all that. So
and they play in Corsica as well. So like, that would be the only team on the island.
They're a storied club.
Playing
Ajaccio. Another team I've always kind of like been looking on the low to see if they make it back. Like Auxerre, I can't pronounce it. Auxerre. They're not doing good, but that was a club. Actually, I remember the first French league game I ever watched. I was a kid and I watched them play because on FIFA 2001, I picked them and I was like, oh, I want to look them up, and like I watched a game just from playing the video game. So I was like, I want to see if they come up because I remember their symbol, the light blue and white. Like it'd be cool to see them come up. So
I remember. Well, you're talking about AC Ajaccio and Auxerre. I remember Cavani scored 4 goals in the first half against AC Ajaccio one time, and a couple years ago, PSG played Auxerre in the French Cup final, and Cavani scored the only goal. It was a beautiful header that hit off the crossbar into the goal. It was very sweet. But yeah, like for Liga specifically, it sucks for those teams that are trying to get promoted and they're not going to be able to. But I wonder, like, okay, so let me just say this and then I'll ask you another question. Like when they said they're going to stop they're going to cancel the season, I'm like, damn, that really sucks for players. Actually, let me say this. Remember when I was talking to you about, like I mentioned to you, I think we're on the phone, and I was like, man, like this really sucks for Lucas Ocampos. Because he's like balling for Sevilla, and then it's just like out. Like he was having such a good season. Like the really big clubs are going to be looking at a guy like that, and it's just over now.
That's not the only one, and I think it's important people recognize we're not talking about young talent, like super young talent, because those like teen to early 20s players, even if their season got cut short, their stock is still so high because their ceiling is high on their potential. Like. I was thinking the other day about this. You said, and I was like, "Well, I wonder what happens to like that Nigerian striker on."
I was just about to get into him. I'm just about to do that.
And then here I go, but now I'm gonna cut off. Go ahead.
Yeah, because your stream season, you're trying to go off right now. But it's actually kind of funny because Lucas Ocampos is only 25, which is kind of crazy.
I'm not saying he's old or anything.
I just didn't. Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought he was older.
I thought he was like a 23, 24 type. Age.
Really? Well, because I just seen him play for a long time. That's why. But yeah, when I thought about Liga being over, I'm like, dang, what about Osimhen for Lille? Like he's balling. Like he's scoring a lot of goals, and they're talking about his name with like bigger clubs. Then I thought about Rongier. Who?
Camavinga, right?
Yeah, Camavinga, young dude for Rennes. Then I thought about Rongier, who's a really good midfielder from Marseille, who's not like super young necessarily, but like these certain players are having like some level of breakout season where there's good scouts that are like, yo, like check this guy out. Absolutely. And now this just kind of stops the trajectory of their career.
This is what I was trying to get to. My point is that those guys, I think they're good. They're fine. They're good to go because when you come to young talent, you don't need a lot of teams don't count on a large sample size. Sometimes they just want to see 4 to 5 games and against some top tier talent, they perform pretty adequate here, and they want to see 4 to 5 games against some very bad teams, see how they perform there, and then they assess the talent from there. That's what I think they do, just speed the process of so many players. So those guys are fine, but I'm talking about fringe players on big contracts and big club moves, like someone that's a 25, 24 age, like Lucas Ocampos. He's somebody who proved had an excellent year at Ligue for Marseille, moved over to Sevilla, and then he started to get it going. People are seeing how it's going. They're doing not too bad either in the league. Things are going good. And then like a team like even Atletico Madrid or whatever, or Barcelona, anybody goes, that's not that could be somebody we could work in here. Dembele's injured. We'll get rid of him. That's a guy who's half the price of the value of Dembele is right now. Why not? Mm-hmm. He wouldn't hurt your team. He actually probably make it better. But they're not gangsters to make a move like that. So anyways, so yeah, those players are the ones that you think about. I mean, honestly, another one, like maybe even someone like Lacazette can get affected by this because even though he's on Arsenal, we know, me and you see what we see in him and see what he can do. Someone could be watching and be like, it was getting towards the end of the year. I want to kind of see how he does or what's going on here. Let's see how he's performing. He could be an integral part. Barcelona could look and be like, like this would be a good low-key swoop we could get if Suarez is gone. Now you can't because you don't know. You don't know how he's going to look after 5 months off. You don't know how it's going to be, if he's going to gain weight, if he's going to be like Hazard eating Twinkies. You don't know what's going to happen. So it's tough. I feel for those guys that, like, they're already done so much in their career that they're trying to get to, like, a big-time move.
Yeah, I mean, just check out Stream C's on We Made It C's on Twitch.
This right here is going to be the one that launches us. This will be like, wow.
us. You ain't thinking about it.
Caesar decided to compose himself. We're good now. We're going to get that CBS Sport. Yo.
I'm sure ain't no we about it. But anyway,
wow.
But yeah, I mean, it might be good for Lacazette because he might have been in Vegas this summer with Roger Nainggolan, and they might have got in trouble. So
yeah, I hope they blocked his flights.
Yeah,
with Roger Nainggolan.
They might have had some pictures taken.
Roger's such a cool name.
They might have had some pictures taken of them, like in the bed, like Justin Bieber in Brazil.
I'm convinced. Now they're going to be chilling over there, and they're going to be far apart from each other, doing Zoom meetings. They're going to be in Omegos, clicking right every time.
Hey, come on, man! Don't be mentioning that, dog. It's over now. Stream C's, I'm joking. But okay, here's another question I have about Liga. Like, okay, so we're going to talk about La Liga and Serie in a second, and EPL also, and Champions League. But, I just think, like, damn, like, if you're a player that's on a Liga team and they're like, yo, the season's canceled, but then, like, these other leagues are going to be opening back up, especially Germany. Like, they feel like they're going to start training next week.
Yeah.
Do you think that the team should let players go? Like, I mean,
players go where?
Like, to another team. Like, can you imagine, like, if you play for Monaco or like Nantes or something, and you're like, damn, I'm just sitting here, yo, like, I want to go play. Like somebody like Rongier. Like, Rongier is a baller from Marseille.
That's a great question, Bam. If you were, let's say you're the manager of Arsenal, and you have Guendouzi on your team. Bayern opens up, and then Guendouzi's like, I just need to play. Like, I need to get out there. Would you loan him out?
What about Guendouzi? Well, I mean, let's go back to Liga, because Liga is, I mean, it's a different level than EPL, obviously. But, like, I'm thinking of a player like Rongier. I've watched him play. He's a very good midfielder. He came from Nantes to Marseille. That's an upgrade.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marseille's doing well this season. Like, he's playing well. Like, literally, I'm watching him like, that guy's good, dude. But I think he's like 25, 26.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be able to make a big move. Like, you want to go to a big club. Like, you would love to go to Real Madrid or Barcelona or Man U or City, anywhere. But you can't. I guess you can still do that while you're not playing. But you want to be playing. You want to be showing the world, like, yo, I'm a baller. I want to go get $250,000 a week. You know what I mean? Like, I feel bad for a guy like that. If Marseille's just like, yeah, you got to stay here and not be able to do the thing you love and that you get paid to do.
I agree with you. I think that in a sense that, like, someone like that
position.
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing in terms of, like, the business aspect for some of these young guys that's going on. It's like I know they don't want to hear someone like me deliver like, hey, like, they should just redo the year, because, like, come on, dog, I put in all that groundwork for that whole year, and just because, like, there's no titles given out, I got to go redo this. Like, you can't tell those players to stay on those clubs, but at the same time, I don't want to hear any transfer talk. I don't want to hear transfer talk. When I see these articles talking about, Ancelotti really wants James Rodriguez, we don't have a season right now, dog. We don't have teams for real. Ancelotti doesn't even have a job right now. He's not getting checks. So why would he have any investment in the club? He's getting no money right now.
Honestly, literally day 2 after they're like, oh man, everything's over, it literally went back to transfer rumors.
Like, how can we have transfer rumors when the planet is still not even spinning around Earth right now? It's like telling me, like, if a missile is incoming, someone would have to send a last transfer rumor tweet out. Is that what's going to happen? Are we this addicted to transfer rumors?
Yes, they are. They don't want to talk about real stuff.
There's real stuff going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, it's just an interesting situation. Like, even when I was thinking about, like, the big players in Liga, obviously the 2 biggest players in Liga are Neymar and Mbappe.
Yeah,
these are 2 guys that's very much linked to the biggest clubs in the world. Neymar is linked to Barcelona. Mbappe is linked with Real Madrid. Mbappe, just like yesterday or today, said that Ronaldo is his idol. Cristiano Ronaldo, not Brazilian Ronaldo. The African Ronaldo, not Brazilian Ronaldo.
Yeah. Skinny
so
Ronaldo.
It's like if you're the man, if you're like the guy, like you own the team or whoever, like, are you gonna be like, okay, like let these guys go, or you're like, nah, you can't go? Like it could create a lot of animosity. You know what I mean?
Now you can't go.
It's a bit like,
hey man,
hey
man, I can't go. Take these shackles off, sir.
No, your wall, man, your wall. It's just interesting. It's like, okay, like if you're Mbappe, like you want to play.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's like, I think it just depends on the relationship you have with this club or said club. Like, if it's someone like Gigi Buffon, like, yeah, like this is like a guy who's like part of the makeup, or I'm just saying like someone that's like seen as like part of the DNA of the club or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but someone like Pjanic, you're just like, I mean, sure, dog.
Gigi Buffon creeps me out, and I honestly feel like.
Them is so over Gigi Buffon.
No, I think that there's going to be some stuff that comes out about him because I feel like he's way too like aggressively touchy with the dudes. Like I be seeing him like go run up, like kind of like grab his teammates, and I'm like, dog, like you're like aggressive, dude. Like
he's old.
Nah, I feel like he be touching on people. Okay, let's get past Liga. You know what's funny? Just happened right now. I realized
that episode to prove it. We'll screenshot what happens in the future.
Oh yeah, it's funny. I realized that I wasn't recording on acid, and I like freaked out. But then I'm like, oh, I don't really need to because it's recording the audio in here. But that's just like I literally.
Your heart stopped a little bit though.
Oh yeah, I did like that quick sweat. You know,
like that one stream we like that episode we did. We do 100 episodes. The one day, click on the joint is all distorted, like
crazy. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit tied into the Ligue thing as well. So UEFA is considering neutral venues for the remaining Champions League matches.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I thought, there's still 12 teams left.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought of when I saw that is like, how are you going to still have Champions League when a league that has two teams in Champions League is canceled? Like I feel like that's going to disrupt everything. Oh, and they're all starting at different times. I think UEFA told, kind of suggested to the leagues to start by.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. How is
May
everything
25th?
How is everything going to start next year?
Well, see, this is what I'm thinking. I think that what they're just going to do, like, okay, there's so much, but although I think it's weird to continue Champions League if the Liga is canceled, that's weird. But let's say they still do it, whatever. I think basically what you got to do is like play Champions League in the time that you were going to have Copa America, basically.
Yeah.
You know, like because since Copa America is canceled, like you might as well just like do it in the summer around that time. But it's just weird, like, and I feel like it's such a disadvantage for French players, for the French teams, PSG, Lyon, if you don't have games to play in between your Champions League games, because like all the other teams are going to be playing their games and you just sitting there maybe. But so France said that there's no games. Maybe PSG Lyon can like go stay in like Switzerland and go like play friendly games.
But the
grasshoppers.
I want to know what's the difference between France saying no games and then participating. What does that mean for the clubs? Like, what's the club relationship with the league? Does that mean
they're not going to be able to play in France?
Well, they can't be able to play. Yeah, they can't probably play league games in France, right?
Well, they can't play the Champions League matches.
Are all sanctioning bodies not going to allow them to use the arena for games or anything?
All the Champions League matches are going to be neutral sites.
Okay, that's fine. So what I was trying to get to is that here is a team that in the league they can't play, but they can still participate in Champions League stuff because it's part of UEFA. It's not part of Ligue 1. But what happens next year?
What
happens next year? Because UEFA has a qualification system based upon where you finish and everything. If some teams have a league and some don't, what are you going to do next year?
I think they're gonna do something like completely different when it comes to qualification. I think a lot of the qualification games are going to get canceled probably.
I think what they should do, they should just have like all those teams that finish top 5 in their own areas, just like do a qualifier to get in.
Well, not all top 5. Jeez.
All of them. I want the Little Grits B team against PSG getting and losing 3-1.
Like, dog, you want the Azerbaijan 4th team?
Azerbaijan in there. I want Israel. I want everybody in there.
Okay.
I want Maccabi Tel Aviv. Versus Real Madrid. Let's go.
He's figured out what to say on here.
Gonna recover.
But yeah, like, it's just weird because PSG and Lyon are still in Champions League.
Yeah.
PSG defeated BVB, but Lyon has a second leg against Juve still pending. And it's just like it just seems like I'm sure the players in Liga are kind of like, yo, dog, for real? Like, yeah, because like Bundesliga, at least they're gonna start up, it seems like. But so now there's some speculation that's coming along with EPL. So I get like EPL is kind of an interesting situation right now, but so there's some sources saying that there's a lot of players who are uncomfortable with coming back.
Yeah.
Some of the players, there was like a source that was like saying this or whatever. That was saying like the only way the league takes it seriously is when someone at a club dies. We will look back on this time with sadness in the future. Is saying that unlike leagues in Italy, Spain, or Germany, the Premier League has not announced any kind of protocol for players to return to training. I guess on Friday, the first division clubs are going to meet to discuss options for a restart.
Yeah.
But there's some opposition to playing even behind closed doors. And UEFA is saying that that basically, like, UEFA's guidelines, like, their suggestion is to kind of like give them tell us what you're going to do by May 25th.
Yeah.
But did Arsenal start training already? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Arsenal's training already. Which is funny because those players were quarantined. Yeah, I don't know. I know that if EPL says they're going to cancel the season, then Champions League is canceled for sure.
I don't think EPL is going to cancel though.
Well, I don't know. It seems because I wish I remember that player that was saying like he was upset about how things went as far as like shutting the league down. But if the players don't want to play, if they're still concerned, more than 20,000 people have died in the UK apparently.
That's crazy. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, but Boris Johnson wasn't really taking it seriously.
What happened to him?
I think Boris Johnson and his
he got hospitalized.
He did, and I think his girlfriend just had a baby. And I'm like, damn, does Boris Johnson have a baby mama? What's the deal?
Ooh.
Like I wonder, like how, like if that's a big deal out there, it would be a big deal here.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
quite the news.
Not if it was Trump, but yeah, if EPL says that they're going to cancel the season, then obviously Champions League is going to be canceled. But I guess France don't have as much pull.
That's crazy. I mean, it's really interesting to think. This is the process that's the most intriguing to me. It's not even about like how our team's going to stop. It's about how they restart.
Yeah.
What's the process when we're not doing like whatever MLB is doing or NBA? Like it's different because those are under one sanctioning body in a country.
Yeah,
we're talking about a world sport, like a sport that, especially this is continent based. Yeah. What's this entire continent going to do? Like, how are they going to proceed? Because France and Germany and England are not like a relation between Oregon, California, and Arizona. Like, they have completely different situations going on. Macron is completely different than the German than how Germany how Germany has their stuff running. Everybody does things differently, but they intertwine in terms of transactions, in terms of tournaments, competitions. So one can't just get going without really the other one. Like everything's a fall in sync for things to work properly. Now you can do it, but it's going to feel goofy. But to be properly things get back going, everybody needs to be in sync. And it's not looking in sync to me because if Ligue talk about we're not coming back. And France out here saying go ahead and start doing warm-ups outside jumping jacks. I mean, England is like that's two different things going on here.
Yeah, Bundesliga starting training soon. Okay, well, let me get into what's the name? Spain. Can they see me on Twitch or no?
Yeah, they see you right now. You're on Twitch right now.
Okay. What up, people? Hell.
Yeah, Native and Sergio said, "What's up?"
Big Surge. So Spain is doing like a four-pronged protocol to start back. They're gonna do. Let me try to find exactly what they're doing. They're gonna test players daily, before training.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be like really strict rules regarding food. They're gonna have individual training sessions initially. It's like they're gonna do so much stuff to protect the players. They're gonna have like very strict things about like where they live initially too. Multiple training dressing rooms disinfected after every use. Like they're talking about doing some pretty like extreme measures to like get things going. And they're gonna start. I think they're gonna start doing tests. This says April 28th, but I think they're going to start doing tests this Friday or something like that, or they just started.
Yeah,
they're basically going to test every player, and I guess Javier Tebas, the league's president, was saying that they plan for a restart on May 28th or June 6th or June 28th. But
what?
Yeah, Javier Tebas was saying absolutely. They do not want to cancel the season. Like he's basically saying like they'll just lose too much money, and he does not want to do that.
That's crazy. But I mean, dude, you're already in end of April. Like, what is he talking about?
Already what?
How are you gonna really recoup money in this time period? He's just trying to cut that down.
They already took the hit. Whoa, they already took the hit, but I think that they're gonna like he's saying it'll be too much of a hit if they cancel the season. But and then also Serie said that they're gonna extend the season to August 2nd.
Whoa.
Yeah. And does it say when they plan on restarting? Because I saw some stuff about Italy too. I think they're talking about starting sometime in June. Serie teams are hoping to return to training on May 4th, next week, same as Bundesliga. Because like some of the lockdown measures are going to be scaled back, but it's like, you know, it's just interesting with France because Italy got hit way harder than France.
Yeah, they did.
And maybe they're just willing to make those sacrifices.
France got a lot of cases, but they didn't have as many deaths as Italy did.
Yeah, maybe they're just willing to take those sacrifices.
But didn't France talk about France? And also France said they're going to be testing like 700,000 people a day or some crazy number like that. So
you own it.
Whether that number's cap or not, the thing is like how is that going to be? How they do that and they have this much infrastructure in place to be able to handle that, but they're confident in canceling the league because of this. But you know, on the other side, it's completely different, not too far away, and they're just like, "Nah, we're gonna get back into it next week." Like, yo,
I mean, it's just you just don't know if it's more.
That's what we talked about. Like, literally, like this is totally different over there. Like, things are going on. There's things that are supposed to be in sync, and if they're not in sync and not working with each other, then you're just gonna have like these. It makes me curious, also, like you said, what if these guys want to go play somewhere else? Like, I don't want to be here sitting on the shelf and not getting paid and cut my wages to the end of the year. I want to go to Germany because people are starting to get paid, and I don't have to cut my wages anymore. I want to play and get my full check. Because if you're on these teams too, they're talking about the players are cutting wages. You don't have to cut your wages anymore if you're back playing.
And also, like, imagine you're some player like Camavinga, like he's getting interested for Real Madrid. He's like, well, damn,
a week right now. I can go over there and get some real money finally.
He's probably like, well, damn, can I go play over there then? Like, can I go? Like,
can I go? Shoot, he's like, I'll play in Castilla if I have to.
Can I go play Bayern Munich? Like BVB? Like, let me go play. Like, let me go. Because it'd be a great opportunity for him to end up getting transferred to a bigger club. You know?
Yeah, it's weird. It's just weird right now.
Yeah, it's just. it's just an interesting.
I do feel for the players in this. Like, I really feel for them.
Yeah, and honestly, like the worst thing would be if they cancel Champions League for like those big players like Neymar and Mbappe specifically. But I guess if they still have Champions,
PSG was like doing better. Like all these people were doing a little better, you know.
Yeah, but I guess like if they keep Champions League, then there's some incentive to like stay with the team and like
they should keep Champions League this year because, I mean, not because like I'm not saying the players can be at their best. I don't think any athlete right now is going to be at their best. Like there's just no way you don't have the, even if you have the best training regimen, you don't have the same rhythm going on. Your rhythm got stopped. But
Neymar said,
Neymar said what? What the hell did Neymar say? It's because like when you have like you already were in the tournament stage, you're already in a playoff. Like we already passed the Sweet 16. Like we can just cut it down now. Like it's not like we're still qualifying for playoff positions. We're at the stage already like where Liverpool got eliminated. So you
eliminated from what?
From they eliminated from Champions League. They lost to Atletico Madrid.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
I forgot.
Yeah. Now, well, I'm saying like teams like Atletico Madrid, like they can play a tournament game. Like I saw that they could play a tournament game. I think. Like I think they could just get those done, and maybe they do those every 3 days. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Champions League come back. Like honestly, just play the neutral.
I just want to see soccer again. I miss it so much.
Yeah, and
I watch MLS at this point. Damn it, I want to see some games.
Yeah. I think it'd be a good idea to keep Champions League if it's safe. And
like I said, it's a playoff. It's not like they're trying to get into the playoff.
Yeah.
They can do it. Like they can just do a neutral. They don't have to do 2 games either. If they want to do a 2-game series, fine. But if they don't want to, they can just do a 1-game neutral site game and just keep going and finish it off. Let's just do it.
Yeah, because it's almost over. And
I think people are going to tune in. They're going to get massive ratings. Like people are going to want to watch.
And I think that it'll end up being more conducive to keeping players at clubs, even if league seasons get canceled or just super disrupted. Like you gotta like to just keep some semblance of like normalcy, keep Champions League. Because I was gonna say like Neymar was saying, because obviously he's in Brazil, he was saying I guess he's similar to the rest of us that he struggled with his mental health during this time, and he was saying that he misses teammates. He was like, yo, man, like, you know, I'm sure he obviously has friends in Brazil, but he's probably like, damn, dude, you know what I mean? I miss my teammates too. Like, I miss Verratti and
no matter what, like
he probably miss friends.
No matter what, it's different when you play sports. Like you have a different relationship with those people you play with.
In the
locker room. And he's been there more than 4 days. He's been there 3 years. So he has relationships with people that go back to the reason why he's there. People like Thiago Silva, like Marquinhos, like those guys.
His best friend Cavani.
He might actually be texting Cavani and like, hey, dog, like, honestly, dude, like, that was all your fault, but I'm coming back. Honestly, she's like, straight up, I'm just a certified ball loser, and I'm just not giving you that rock on the penalty, bruh. So I'm taking the PKs, but I still love you, homie. Like, there's still love to them. I'm saying, like, as we joke around, like, you know, you can have a relationship with your family, you know, his child, his sister, and everybody else in his life. But it's different.
Hey.
To have a relationship with his family, his sister, and everybody else in his life. He has relationships specifically with them differently than the other ones. But what matters is that not what matters. The difference is that you have a bond also with your teammates because you're with them so much in your life. Like you're at, like how we all are at work. We spend more time at work during the week usually on average than you do at home. So, you know, you spend a lot of time with these people, you build relationships with them, and you want to be around them again, especially during these times. Like these guys are probably pretty uplifting, joking, your buddies. Like now you're kind of stuck without them. I'm sure it sucks, honestly.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm sure
someone like him, he seems to gravitate towards that energy. Like he likes that energy.
Yeah, for sure. It's just a tough time, and like there's a different, like always with your family, there's like a different kind of pressure. There's like a different kind of pressure with your family, but like, you know, with your teammates, you know, they all have their own families and their own like wives and stuff like that. So like it's a little bit alleviated, like that kind of like that like needy kind of like pressure you have as a family member and like the main breadwinner, whatever. like when you get around your teammates, it's like you guys are all rich and famous, and like you can just kind of joke around with each other.
Bam, you said it yourself. Think about someone like Neymar. He loves his family, loves people in his family a lot more than others, but and in different ways. But listen, he loves coming home to them.
Exactly.
He enjoys having his time and then living this crazy life he lives, then going hanging out with his son, hanging out with his sister. He enjoys those separations from the reality that's going on, basically, which is the soccer. Like, he likes getting away from all that and being in that zone with them, you know, being in that space. When that is forced upon you 7 days a week, 24 hours, that's a switch up. It's tough. I'm sure he's like, goddamn, my son's annoying as hell. I don't want to be around him all day.
He's like, I'm juggling my sister and my girlfriend right now. Slash.
And comma, whatever, which one works for you, and equal sign. But the thing is he has a lot going on. And someone like him or any other player, even Ronaldo got 7 kids now or some crazy number. I'm sure he's like, Lord Jesus, a lot of bodies in here. Like,
I think Ronaldo liked being a dictator at home with his kids.
Oh, he probably just as worse as me on pro clubs.
Oh yeah, his dad was in the army. You know he's mean.
Yeah, he's probably making them 2-year-olds do sit-ups or whatever now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, his son. I almost feel now. I'm starting to feel bad for his. I didn't feel bad for him when he was just single dad solo. That was probably a great time for him. Now that it's 4 others and Junior, now he's just getting the pressure of the century. Like, it's probably just so hard on that poor boy. Like,
he's probably looking at them babies.
The other day, I'm like, that guy feel bad for Junior now. He probably got so much heat on him. He's a scapegoat. He's kind of like tanning too, a little, you know. He doesn't got alibi. He got a little extra melatonin, you know. So. You know, it's probably
melanin,
tough.
Sir. Melanin.
Probably got a little extra melons, you know, so it's tough out here, you know.
I mean, Ronaldo probably looking at them little babies like, damn, how much milk you gonna drink, man?
He cut the salaries 30%, so he's only making like $230,000 a week now. So he's like, come on now. He's like, another jug of milk, damn.
He probably telling Junior, like, you want me to send you to your Somali mom? And
you see us in California's lockdown. You trying to go back? Trying to go back to Mission Valley? Huh?
I know where
she's straight out of SD, dog. I'm telling you.
I know where the Somalis live in San Diego too.
Well, one of them is living good. Just when you find out about one that's balling, you be like, I know why.
I have my suspicions. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
There's suspicions.
I have my suspicions.
Because I remember you told me about one person before, so I'm down.
I got my suspicions, sir. But yeah, anyway, hopefully the pandemic can
Is that loud?
I can't hear it.
I'm gonna close it.
We'll see you later, buddy. Hopefully the pandemic can end soon and we can just get some kind of normalcy with football. Obviously Liga's over, but you know, Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie seem like they're going to start up. I don't know about EPL, but it seems like EPL will as well. I would imagine Portugal's going to start. I looked up what happened with the virus in Portugal. It seemed to not be hit very hard at all. And
cool.
Apparently, like the economy minister or the finance minister or whatever was saying, like kind of inviting business there to Portugal, but like, and saying like, you know, we didn't get hit very hard by it. So like, you should come and like invest.
Please report. Please report.
Yeah, that too. But like Spain can't say that. You know what I mean? They're like, we're poor too, but we got hit hard. Portugal's like, we're poor, but like we didn't get hit that hard.
Italy's like, we're really poor, but we got also super rocked.
Yeah, Portugal's like nobody comes here, so we didn't really get hit that hard.
Yeah, we want to have
What is that?
That's he's giving my lawn a shape up right now.
Okay, big baller sees over here.
I mean, you know, I definitely don't have anything to do with my apartment getting a shape up, but go ahead.
Sure.
I literally don't. Don't tell EDD though. So, anyways, yeah. I don't want to kind of repeat what I said earlier, but just at the same time, like It's all about the focus on how we get back to what we were, and not necessarily to the 100%, but as close to normality as possible. That's the adjustment, not only in people's personal lives, but in these professional sports settings. It's about trying to get as much normalcy as possible. As Bam is the only person that actually eats the kernels in popcorn. He's a sick monster. He doesn't just leave them there. But go ahead.
Anyway, let's start talking about that. Caesar, I was reluctantly watching Sports Burst.
Oh God!
In show, which comes on TV now, I think.
Damn, times are tough. Go ahead. No more Facebook Live.
Well, they still do it live on Facebook and YouTube, but they don't be reading my gangster ass comments. But I heard the dude Eric Krakauer.
Oh yeah, here's the part I'm excited for.
I heard Eric Krakauer say that. Damn, did I get my? Yeah. I heard Eric Krakauer say that Dybala is a top 10 player in the world. I could not believe it. I was already mad about this Dybala talk when I heard Andres Cordero say that he's the best player in Serie A or the most talented player in Serie A, and I just literally could not believe that. I mean, granted, that was before Ronaldo was in Serie A, but Cuadrado was still on Juve, so I'm like, dog, like you sound ridiculous right now. So I was like,
what did we decide to do upon that information? What did we decide?
I mean, I haven't like there isn't much stuff to talk about in the sport itself. So I was excited to be like, how many players are actually better than Paulo Dybala? Like, there's a lot. I mean, because we had kind of talked about it initially, and I was like, I mean, there's 4 players on Man City that's better than him. Like 4 just on one team. Mm-hmm. There's easily 2 on Liverpool, so you already got 6 on 2 teams.
It's hard. Being 15th overall is being really nice. Not even that.
I mean, I'm just gonna go through the list of players that I put that are better.
Okay, you're gonna go through 50 players right now.
49. I'll let you get 50. Okay, actually, this can be the 50. I'll let you decide because I wasn't sure about this. Who's better between Dybala and Firmino?
I cannot wait to. Oh, Dybala, Firmino?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Firmino.
Okay, that's 50.
I'm gonna go Firmino. But dead ass, I'm gonna go Firmino.
Okay, that's 50.
Put them both in that position, one do better than the other. Firmino would.
So that's 50. I'm gonna go through 49 right now.
Okay.
I started in EPL.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling, Kun Aguero, Bernardo Silva, Jamie Vardy. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, Harry Kane, Son, Lacazette, Aubameyang, Saint Maximus Maximilian Pegasus.
Saint Maximilian Pegasus is the best nickname he's ever heard and never heard in his life.
Saint Maximus Maximilian Pegasus, Thwartivus.
First of his name.
Okay, so he's just leaving. I don't know if you ever heard of this guy, but he's a baller on oh dang, I forgot James Madison actually too. James Madison of Leicester.
To say James Madison with 3 Ds.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's better than him. Have you heard? Okay, well, all right. See you later. Okay, Caesar's leaving. Okay. Have you heard of the dude on Norwich, Pookie?
Pookie, yeah.
Baller.
You think Pookie's better than Dybala?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Insane baller. Off to Bundesliga. Gnabry.
Gnabry.
Jadon Sancho. Haaland. Timo Werner. Easily. All of those.
Haaland's better than Dybala?
Oh, who?
Haaland?
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Wow.
He can do more. Like he's got 2 feet. Like he can do more. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Off to Liga. And whoa, man, What you doing? Chill out. This dude, I'm talking, and he over here playing with stuff.
Time to work on stuff. Go ahead.
Liga. Mbappe, Neymar, Cavani, Florian Thauvin, Niang, Memphis Depay, Moussa Dembele, Keita Balde, Wissam Ben Yedder, and Gelson Martin Supermarket.
Gelson Market Supermarket.
Off to La Liga. And granted, I'm missing people for sure, too. Like, it's not like I did a whole thorough thing.
Yeah.
La Liga. Iñaki Williams, Joao Felix, Messi, Ousmane Dembele, Isco, Benzema, Eden Hazard, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo of Valencia, Ronnie Lopez, Lucas Ocampos. All better than Dybala. Let's go to Serie A. Square, CR7, Christian Eriksen, Lautaro Martinez, Lukaku, Dries Mertens, Rafael Leão, easily. Then the last two, one plays in Brazil, Gabriel Go, a.k.a.
Gabby Go.
And then there's one more. I have no idea where this person's playing right now, but I know that he is better than Dybala right now, although he might even be retired. I have no idea. Obafemi Martins.
He might be playing India Super Premier League, but he's still better than him, dead ass.
Oh, absolutely better.
Such a stunning player to play. Shame he played in MLS.
I'll just never forget when Bobo Vieri, who played with him at Inter, he was talking about Nigeria getting like not making it to AFCON. He was like, "What?" He was like, "What do they mean?" He was like, "Who do they have?" He was like, "They were like, oh, they have this guy, this guy." He was like, "What about Obafemi Martins? He's their best player. Why doesn't he there?" He's
That's one of the best. I'm just gonna say he's the best Nigerian player since what's his name? New or somebody. I forgot his name. He's a baller. That's it. Like that's a legend. So, Bam, I literally agree with everything in there. I'm actually laughing more that your fringe player was Firmino and now Obafemi Martins. You're like,
oh yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I don't know about this player. Tell me about this player. Is it Firmino better than Dybala? And then you went through a whole list, and you're like, I don't even know where he is in the world right now, but Obafemi Martins is better than him. Like,
oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You have a toss-up between Firmino and Obafemi Martins. Who's better in your head? Who's better? Who's better, Obafemi Martins or Firmino, Bam? Tell us right now.
Definitely Obafemi Martins. But it's actually 51 because I forgot about James Madison.
Okay, 51 people Bam has named.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm going to keep it real. Like, even if you don't agree that those 50 players are better than Dybala, like, at least you agree 30 of them are.
Yeah.
And for damn sure, you at least agree more than 10 of them are. How the hell do you get up there and say that Dybala is a top 10 player in the world?
That's insane.
If he was a top – I'm going to keep it so real with you. If he was a top –
better year than last year, though.
If he was a top 10 player in the world –
Is he?
Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
Then he I don't even care about the Messi, like they can't play together thing. If you're a top 10 player in the world, you're going to be able to play with Messi.
Oh, yeah.
Like you have no caps, B. Like you have no caps.
How are you top 10 in the You know what? That's making me super angry.
Yeah.
Because if he's top 10 in the fucking world, then why is Argentina flaming out all the damn time? Why can't he get called up? Why is he getting red cards if he's top 10 in the freaking world?
You're telling me you have the best
top 10? You don't even have two. Does he have two Brazilians in his top 10? Brazil just won Copa America. So what you talking about, homie?
You have the best player in the world allegedly, and then a top 10 player, and you can't win shit international?
That's cap. Super cap. And by the way, Tarek said, by the way, that was a typo. I didn't mean 15th overall. I meant 51st overall. Which I love that answer. All right. I'm actually excited reading mine because they're different than yours, and you're going to be dying of laughter right now.
No doubt.
Because I was like, I'm not even going to give him the benefit of doubt of players in Europe that are better. I even have players outside of Europe that are better than him. Off freaking top right now. First, this is not in any kind of order in terms of like who's best or last. Number one, I wrote 34-year-old Andres Iniesta is way better than Dybala. Andres Iniesta, Dybala should still be watching this film of his games right now in Japan. Like that's
fax machine emoji.
Fax machine emoji. I wrote down who's the striker for Villarreal that went to China, played for I believe Cameroon. Not Bakayoko. It's
he plays for DRC. Damn it, what's his name? I know you're talking. Cedric Bakambu.
Bakambu is better than Dybala.
Thousand.
I love Bakambu. Like, so good.
1,000.
Cedric Bakambu's better. I put on here, and then I'll get back to that list. Wait up. So these are players already. He's not better than Sergio Aguero. He's not better than Kevin De Bruyne. He's not better than Hazard. He's not better than Neymar, Ronaldo, Messi. Like, there's so many people. Like, there's so many people that are below him. Harry Kane. He's not better than Son. He's not better than even current Zidane. Zidane, AC Milan. I watched some games. Like, he's still pretty good. He can get it cracking. You're not better than Zlatan, dude. Like, you're not. Like, get the hell out of here right now. Make Maradona right now vegan. He'll be better than Dybala.
Wait, Caesar, hold up, dog. Hold up.
What? Give Maradona right now some lettuce and a strict diet. He'll be better than Dybala.
Caesar, hold on.
Plant-based diet is killing it. What's up?
Hold on. I'm down for this. Do you really think that Zlatan's better than Dybala?
I really do think so. I really do think so.
On the real.
And I'm not basing any cap or stats. I don't like giving. I thought my cat died. I thought that I don't like giving Zlatan praise. He's the ultimate cap machine hype guy of all time and the internet troll lord. But I watched 3 AC Milan games this year. And I looked, and if you were to tell me that if you were to plug Dybala in that role, he would do better, you would be lying to me. You would be a liar. He did not score in those 3 games I watched, but he played a true role. He set stuff up. He brought a new makeup to the team. Dybala would come to the team and just keep the team the same way it is, and he'd have a spurt every 7 minutes of some stuff. Every 7 games, he'd have something. You'd be like, oh, here's a highlight. He did some goofy-ass left-footed shot on the left side, and it went in. Zlatan in those games, didn't score, but he still kept himself in there. He was still himself in there, and you could feel it. You're like, oh, like, he's over here really trying to – he's doing, like, them back kicks like that and shit like that. Like, I respect that. Like, you're being you. You're not over here, like, cowering in this – going from Galaxy to Milan is a life change for game playing. Like, the tempo's different. He's still doing his thing. So, I'm sorry. He's still better than you, dog. He still is.
I'm with it.
People have come and go from Juventus since Pogba was there. Are you going to sit here and tell me that he improved?
No, definitely not.
The only time he balled out was the year after Pogba dipped. He had that one stunning year. We had a great year.
He had a bunch of goals.
But since then, a Copa America, World FIFA qualifiers happened. Saw a red card, saw you crying. Copa America happened. He was out here putting in as much work as I was. So, to me, you're kind of regressing, homie. So I don't know how you regress yourself into 10th place in the world, but that's super cap.
It's ridiculous because I'm like, dog.
Bam, he couldn't start right now. I swear to God, he could not start at Man City. He couldn't start.
Oh, no.
He's not starting over Mahrez. He's not starting over Benajin. He's not starting over him either.
What the hell is that?
He's not starting over Bernardo. He's not doing it.
Wait, who was the person you said?
He's not even playing right back over Cancelo, dude.
Caesar, who the hell was
Bernardo Silva.
Who was the person you said blah, blah, blah? Who's that?
I want to say his name funny. You're not starting over him.
Who?
I meant Bernardo. That's what I was saying.
Oh.
His name funny, like in the Portuguese accent. You're not starting over Bernardo. Deadass, if you were to put Bernardeschi in the same row as Dybala, I would have a hard time picking on my team. I want to go like,
I was actually struggling with that. I was struggling with that. I was struggling with Bernardeschi.
I tell you that Bernardeschi's better than Dybala, but I would sit there if I was going to make a game of 3v3, and I'd be
you do this, dog.
You would, if you're top 10 in the world, I don't have a hesitation, buddy.
No.
I hesitate when I look at those two. I go,
because you'd be like, damn, well, Bernardeschi's faster.
You know who also does the same? Juventus coach, because there was this game this year where Dybala didn't start and Bernardeschi did. Whether or not Bernardeschi did good or not, that's not the point. The point is your top 10 player in the world was not considered in the lineup. Now, you tell me how many lineups you didn't consider putting Ronaldo in this year.
Exactly.
I want to know.
Yeah. Honestly.
If you're top 10, you're not replaceable. Like, you're somebody you don't think about twice.
Yeah, it's really a shame because I'm just like, damn, dog, like, why do these guys just get away with saying stuff that's ridiculous? Like, how is that okay? Like, how is it okay to say Dybala is top 10 player in the world? How?
It doesn't make sense to me. I think that approach to me only tells me that he's been sitting here at home watching the Discovery page on Instagram. That's what he's been doing. He's been following his hype stuff, watching these highlight clips where they show someone do a move and they cut off to the next scene. They don't show what happens in the play. They don't show the results of the play. It doesn't tell the story of anything. 30 seconds never tells you the story of anything. No. It really doesn't.
No, we're talking about whole games. Like, honestly, like, I mean, is it the case that we just do the best analysis? Like, is that the case? Because I don't want to believe that kind of.
Are you off top right now starting? Okay, you can tell me right now, and I'm just going to say, you could be like Caesar straight up right now. Who are you starting in your game? If you had Dybala and Vinicius Jr., who do you start?
Vinicius Jr., easy.
Okay, but even the fact if you had to hesitate for that.
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah.
And that's a guy who is notoriously known for not having the same foot, all this, and he's young and everything. You would still, even if you were to be like, no, I'm taking Dybala all day. But the fact that you'd have to hesitate and think about Vinicius Jr. over him, that's not top 10, dude. Because I'm not hesitating for Vinicius Jr. over De Bruyne. I'm like, no, dude, I'm starting De Bruyne. Like, that dude's a certified baller.
And here's the thing. This is another caveat to that. Dybala, if it was Serie A, I would pick Dybala. If it's La Liga, I'm going to pick Vinicius Jr. But, obviously, La Liga is the more difficult competition. So that's saying another thing there. I don't even think Dybala can't play for Real Madrid. Like, he cannot perform for a team like that because
he can play on a team, but he would literally give you the same numbers as Asensio has.
But the thing is,
Asensio's not top 10 in the world.
Yeah, and Asensio is like a counterattack fast player. Dybala isn't that. La Liga is not about having a kind of stationary player. Like, that's why James is hard. That's why it's hard for James, because he's kind of stationary, kind of cam kind of guy.
Exactly. James would do. We've talked about James and with even back in the Tezzi days.
Yeah, for sure.
How James would have a different even feel or look playing in Italy. It might actually benefit him greatly.
Yeah, because you can be more stationary.
It appealed to that movement style, kind of like how Colombia kind of plays. They have guys that are really fast, but they need players like him that are stationary, that are dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And his athleticism would be even better in Italy compared to Spain. People sleep on Spain. Spain's defenders are ridiculous. There's speed out there. There's strong fundamentals. It's not the same as Italy.
Who's winning Champions League? Don't forget when the last season that Real Madrid won Champions League, they beat PSG, Juve, and Bayern.
Literally in my window.
He's probably listening.
Is he writing out words like Long Beach in the bushes with the?
I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it all the way gully with you. I'm gonna pick James over Dybala too, because
really,
absolutely. You know why? Because I've watched James Rodriguez be like just incredible for Colombia. Like I watched him in Copa America and in the World Cup. Like, I've never seen Dybala on that stage ever.
That is facts.
I've seen James Rodriguez play in the pouring rain against like Ecuador, and it's just gutter grimy, and he's there. He's in the game the entire game, doesn't get subbed out, and he's a captain.
To keep it a stack, that's something people want to discredit. People only want to give credit to international play. Also, by the way, big shout out to Izaz for the Twitch Prime subscription. You're a real one. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the sub. If you're somebody who we're cutting that out. So you're somebody who plays on an international stage. They only want to give you credit when you have success on it. But when you're not performing, they act like it's not important. So it's funny to me. It's really funny. The big knock on Ronaldo back in the day is like, he's not. When he plays for the national team, he just ball hogs everything. Well, he won 2 trophies there. One BAM doesn't even count for it. He thinks it's a YMCA trophy, but it still counts. The thing is he's done things there. He's won a trophy of some sort. Here on Argentina, like Bam said, I can say what I want about James. I've watched James play for so long. When he puts on that Colombia jersey, it's not about the glitz, not the glamour, the hair. None of that stuff matters. He is red. He's tired. He's working. And whether he's playing good or not, he's out there working.
I've never seen him
something about that hits different.
I've never seen him play bad for Colombia either.
And whether or not they're balling or whatever, because, I mean, you could say arguably when they got kicked that last game, he didn't play too good. Neither did anybody, though.
Whoa.
They got eliminated from Copa America last game. They weren't doing too high. They only had one game they did top. They had a tough bracket, though. That was a tough group they were in.
That Colombia, that Copa America was kind of fake.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Someone like him, even and it'd be like, oh, you could say, well, you know, Caesar and Bam were just beating Argentina haters. I'm not. I'll prove you wrong. I'll prove you wrong. We both watched Copa America without Messi, without Dybala, with Di Maria as being the focal point.
Well, that wasn't Copa America.
I'm sorry. It was
with friendlies.
With the friendlies. I've seen games where Di Maria is the solo dude out there grinding. I've seen games where Sergio Aguero's out there in the trenches, grinding out a horrible game out in the middle of Bolivia, where it's this just disgusting weather, landlocked, grinding out a game. Okay, I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the game you saw against Dybala. Tell me.
Dybala's never done that.
Dybala's not 22. Dybala's not 19. Dybala's not 15. He's not.
Whoa.
He's a grown ass player. He's played in 3-4 Champions League in his life.
Yeah.
So where the international matches at if you got all this time for this stuff?
Yeah, if he's a top 10 player.
And if we're talking about what happened to him was unfortunate. No, we saw what he was made of. Me and Bam are the same kind of person in terms of seeing players like that. I only need to see 1 or 2 games to know what you're about, honestly. And especially in that situation with the club jersey on, saw you come in that game, get that red card, and walk off crying. I was like, I already know what you're made of. I already seen it.
He's 26.
26, this dude is older than Ocampos. He's older than Ocampos.
Yeah, he'll be 27 this year in November. He has 29 caps and 2 goals. But I feel a little bit bad right now because I just looked him up and they said that he had his 4th positive COVID-19 test in 6 weeks. Damn. Is he out here suffering?
Or is he wilding? That's a real question.
Oh, man. Come on now.
I'm just kidding. Look, Dybala, man, this is nothing. None of this, people need to say one thing. None of this is ever personal about what you are, what's going on in your life.
I'm just joking. I mean,
the discussion point is obviously about your ranking. And what a ranking is never. I think the one thing, a ranking is never something that's set in stone forever. You can be ranked. Eric Krakauer can see you as 10th in the world, and I can see you as 51. But no one, not me, not anybody except for yourself, is ever stopping you from being higher than that.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't even think
games. I've seen flashes of when he's balled out. I've literally done game recaps here. And be like, he did put on. He went and he did do a nice run. He did do his thing. The thing is like, we're at 26. We're not James. We're not talking about a flash of brilliance that James did when he first appeared.
Yeah, no.
Man, Pogba was there such a long time ago, dog. They even had a different logo. Honestly, time has gone on, and I'm not seeing this dude. Maybe Ronaldo's someone that might inspire him to change. And I will admit this. He was balling out a little bit more recently before this all ended. I always see the clips of him and Ronaldo hugging after goals. And he might have a positive influence in his life. I don't know. There's a lot you only get so much from watching people play and watching interactions in the celebration. But there's something to it, especially someone like Ronaldo. He's not going to hug you if he doesn't like you at all. Like, honestly, this is what it is. But there's something going on. I hope that he's inspired because someone coming into the locker room like that changes you. We talked about a baller from Champions League. Marcus Llorente had that amazing goal, and even before this on We Made It, I told you about how I saw videos of him being super inspired by Ronaldo's workout regimen, and you can see it in his game. You can see things come to fruition.
Honestly, I don't even also the issue with it is like I don't think that Eric Krakauer actually believes that. I just think that there's a narrative about Paulo Dybala that's happened since like 4 years.
Yeah.
And he just saying it. And that's what I hate. Like, I mean, this is part
it
of
it doesn't come from you assessing or scouting yourself.
Yeah.
You're just saying it because that's what people say online.
Exactly. And that's part of the reason why we started the podcast. Like, so over people just saying stuff or talking about players they don't watch or like saying things that are just not necessarily true. Like, the only way you're going to know about a player is you got to watch the games. You got to watch them play.
The first thing we ever said about We Made It, we're all about hype-proof media.
I mean, it's not the first thing we said, but
but that's one of the things we stand for. Like,
yeah, hype-proof
media. I don't care. Like I said about that. I don't care how much love Zlatan gets and how much cool memes they have or videos of him being an asshole teammate. It doesn't matter. It's about I want to see what you're doing on the field, and I can criticize him. You've watched plenty of PSG games, and here I am right now, and I was like, look, I'll keep watching the line games. They look like a better team with him out there. They look like there was more going on. Granted, some players like I love personally, like Rafael Leão, is not really benefiting from that situation right now. But as a team collective, there's a different demeanor. There's a different movement. That's something to that.
Yeah, for sure.
You're not going to get that from any other MLS player.
That's stupid.
Other than Timmy Martins, R.I.P.
Well, damn. I guess I would imagine like if since James Rodriguez, Paulo Dybala is still testing positive for COVID-19, that he is definitely not going to be training with the team.
No, he's definitely gonna be at the crib.
He definitely got his last Ronaldo hug. Like Ronaldo's never gonna hug him again ever.
Yeah,
he's not playing.
He has so much online. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's not playing about that.
I think he didn't. There's more people invested in him than he invested in himself. That's what's going on. I saw you doing them. I saw you doing those Egyptian steel lads. I'm like, dog, you got some big money behind you, buddy.
You got some big criminals behind you, buddy.
Hey.
Ronaldo said Ronaldo went back to Madeira for the first time in like 20 years. He was like, oh, there's a what?
That's not true. That's not true.
He was like, let me get to this island.
He not go back for the first time in 20 years.
Let me get back to this island, man.
That's not true. He probably touched down in a hazmat suit and was like, all right. Then when he takes the picture, he's like,
he's like, let me get back to Africa, man.
Oh my God, it's in the air here.
It was early. It was early when Ronaldo was still thinking black people can't get it. So he was like, "Let me get back to Africa, dog."
I can't wait for you to go to a black barbershop in Madeira and start telling about how fake it is. And he'd be like, "All right, I'm down."
Talking about Casanova's new song and shit.
Yeah, they start talking about. All right, I want to see Ronaldo after that come back from Madeira, tweet out "R.I.P. Pop Smoke."
Yeah, like we're trying to find who killed Pop Smoke still. Okay. All right. Let's get through this last stuff pretty quick because I feel like we'll talk a little bit about Messi.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you know how long we've been recording?
Clipping that. Yeah, well, based on the stream, we've been going for 1 hour and 17 on stream. So probably about an hour.
Okay. What? Okay,
we were up on stream before we started to record for a little bit.
Hour and 17 seconds or hour and 17 minutes?
Hour and 17 minutes. So probably 1 hour and 10 we're on.
This dude's weird. Okay, so really quick, I'm not gonna get into this too much. I'm like, it's kind of whatever. But Bein is really going hard to try to get Saudi Arabia to not be able to buy Newcastle, and I think that they have they're doing a little bit more to try to get that to not happen. I don't know if you remember Jamal Khashoggi. I don't know if you remember that name, but that's the Saudi Washington Post. Washington Post reporter that was dismembered by Saudi intelligence in Turkey. Well, you're not listening, but I
definitely don't remember that name ever in my life. But go ahead.
But do you remember that happening? The dude, the reporter from Washington Post getting dismembered in Turkey in the embassy.
Yeah.
So they got his wife to come out and say that she's also against his widow. To come out and say that she's against Newcastle Saudi Arabia buying Newcastle, telling like the EPL don't just become a patsy for Saudi Arabia. I mean, money talks. Yeah. So like, I feel like that might, like, if they got the bread, they're probably going to be able to get it cracking. And the dude from the owner of Newcastle, I want to say his name is Bruce Allen or something like that. I don't know. He definitely wants to sell.
Especially now.
But
like he wants probably right now so bad.
I mean, it's really funny because I'm just like, well, her name is Khadija Khashoggi, and I'm just like, well, the world didn't really care about your husband getting murdered and dismembered in that embassy. Sadly, Donald Trump, best friend Saudi Arabia, he didn't care. Nobody else really cared. And I don't know how much power Qatar has or Bein has to influence EPL.
They don't have any power at all. Like, they're not even Sky Sports. They have no power. So the thing is with me that's funny is as Bam snacks for the last hour on the show and licks his fingers. What we really to me, it's like, okay, like I'm not even trying to even pretend to be some kind of defender of Saudi Arabia at all. Like that's not what the case is. But I just don't like when people pick and choose who the criminals they want to attack that are buying clubs and stuff like this. I don't like that game. I don't like this game of when it gets to that, because my suspect eye goes, is your intention to stop criminals from buying teams or criminal countries? I guess you're assuming calling them a criminal country from buying a club, or do you want to just keep things in England or something like that, or very English or whatever, or just keep it like towards like what's going on in the Premier League? Like you don't want foreign influence on this England thing, or do you have other invested interests because you're being sports like? And you're assumed to go there. Like, are you doing this for morality, or are you doing this because like you have a personal inter-country beef that's going on here? You know, like that's whack. Because I personally, I don't care if Saudi Arabia buys.
Of course you don't.
Because like, tell me why I should lose sleep at night over that.
Many reasons. Let me start. No, I'm joking.
It's Newcastle, like. They're not buying Real Madrid. They're not buying – even if they were, it's like money has blood on it no matter where it comes from.
Look at Marx's C's out here getting
it. There's no – well, who has clean money out here really? Who has billions of clean money?
I mean, I feel that.
Even if so let me ask her this. Are you going to feel better if Jeff Bezos bought the club? Is that going to make you feel better? Are you going to sleep better at night?
Her fiance was dismembered.
Absolutely, but the thing is, you're going to her. I don't mean to attack her. That's the wrong point. I definitely should not attack her right there. No. Let me talk. Let me talk because I made a mistake right now. I made a mistake right now.
No,
I'm sorry. I did not.
I know. I'm not blaming you for that. I just want to say this one morsel, then you can continue ranting and raving. They went to the Saudi embassy. They were in Turkey. They went to the Saudi embassy together because he wanted to marry her, and he had to get some paperwork from inside the Saudi embassy. They both went together. She sat outside or whatever, and he never came out. like they went there together, and he just never came out, and she just had to like leave without him. And they sawed his body parts and like burned them or something.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, once again, I'm sorry for I didn't mean at you.
I know you didn't. I know that you did not mean that. Like, I know that. I just want to mention that.
I just meant that this oil conglomerate nation company is trying to buy a mid-tier Premier League soccer club.
Mid to low.
Let's just say that there should be more invested energy towards them making other moves in the world that either cripple or hurt countries and people than there's buying some damn soccer club. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
I get that, like, at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but it's like, oh, like, you can't let them make these purchases in life or whatever, but that's fine. But at the same time, like, that's not the battle I want to take on. The battle I'd rather see is like, hey, like, look at these things they're doing in terms of like slavery or whatever, or these stances like big in terms of legal employees from there getting from other countries. Like, let's look at that stuff and like put that energy towards that rather than like, oh, they're gonna buy this mid to low soccer club, because if they don't buy your club, they'll buy something else. Like, like. You're not going to stop this in the sport. Like, these people, this is an investment. Like, there's investments people use for these sports. So it's going to happen, like, kind of regardless. They're not going to be pure.
Well, I think as far as, like, let me just get, like, slightly political. I was, like, there's like a blockade that had happened between Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Obviously, Saudi Arabia is a lot bigger and more powerful. And I think that, like, the Qatari kind of government was, like hoping to like sell out a little bit and kind of get it over with.
Yeah.
But they sold out kind of, and it didn't work. So they're kind of like, well, damn, dude, like if y'all ain't letting up, then let's just try to sabotage some stuff for you guys, which I don't think is going to work. But let me just get into this really fast too. Your boy Eric Dier, the who's almost wears a bigger hat size than you. Like you wear
7.5.
You were at 9.5. I think.
I wore I do not even get close to an 8. That's so disrespectful. I'm a 7.5.
Can you stop?
Max 7 3/4, but I don't go 8. I don't go 8, dog. I don't have an 8.
You have double digits.
I have a big old head, but I'm not an 8.
You wear the same size shoe as hat.
3/4 right here.
Same size shoe.
There's no lag. Look at the line. We're straight down. We're chilling. Okay. There's no the rolls coming out because it's so squeezed on my brain. Okay. So leave me alone.
Same size shoe and hat.
If you're implying my shoes are small, then you're correct.
No, they're definitely not.
7 3/4 shoe.
Stupid. Your boy Eric Dier finally got charged by the FA.
My boy.
I hope he gets punished because it was really ridiculous. But there's not that much information. I guess he has till May 8th to respond to the charge. Hopefully he decides not to go to court, and then he can end up like the game and have to like pay out millions of dollars or something like that.
That'd be dope.
And like hopefully he ends up going on the Breakfast Club and is like, I'm not going to pay nobody from beating somebody up in the stands, and then like he don't go to court and then he have to pay millions.
That's what you wish. And I hope he goes on CNN and like Ron Artest and says he has an album coming out.
But anyway, I wanted to get into Messi's international career, but I feel like we should just save it till next time.
Agreed.
Maybe we can start off with that depending on what's going on.
Relax.
Who, me?
I'm playing.
I mean, I'll relax, whatever. But yeah, episode 150, we made a podcast. Stream C's was live in effect today.
Everybody's favorite, honestly.
I mean, you know, when you get your Stream C's, you start mentioning Israel, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I got a sub, so I can't complain on it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't know who is, but I'm down.
Hey, you're welcome. I don't even know what getting a sub means, but I'm sure I'm never going to find out. I'm sure I'm never going to find out. I'm sure
they're going to give me a sub. I know.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a dollar amount attached to that I'm never going to be a part of.
Hell no, not this episode.
But anyway, yeah, episode 150, we made a podcast. Make sure you're subscribed. Hopefully we get our Twitter back soon.
Please, can we get our Twitter back?
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's kind of weird at this point. But make sure you're subscribed. We made a podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you get your podcasts. Make sure you're following Caesar on Twitch at We Made It C's on Twitch, abusing me. Make sure you follow the homie Mufasa's Taquitos on Twitch. Whoever else, I don't know who else you want to shout out. Oh, Dat Boy Surge, the big homie. Yeah, and hopefully everybody's safe and doing well, and we get back to normalcy pretty soon.
Chill.
And yeah, holler.
I press stop recording, but they can still hear you on the stream.